just like what we did before through this date dimension, okay, we introduce another dimension table which contain stock symbol, and then we have each fact table connected to that dimension table based on this stock symbol field. Okay. Fortunately, here we already have a data set called general, which contain this important dimension called stock symbol, right? And if we have multiple stocks, this general data set will also have for each stock a unique stock symbol to distinguish them. All right. So this general data set can actually act as a dimension table for this symbol key variable. All right. So yeah, it's basically this general data set is basically comparable to this date table. Okay, this date table contains this important dimension of date. All right, and this general table contains this important dimension or key, which is the stock symbol. All right. So now let's connect the general table with the fact tables here. Okay, so as I said, the general table has important dimension symbol, okay, stock symbol, and I can connect general table with the other fact tables also through this symbol dimension. So let's do this. So I will again just drag symbol and come to this symbol here in the inside trading table. Okay, so this will basically tell Power BI to connect the general table with insider trading table to match their symbol columns. Okay, and there's other options here regarding the relationship being one-to-one or one-to-many, regarding the filter direction being one direction or two-way direction. Okay, though I'll just use the default setting, and I'll make this relationship active, and I'll click save. And this relationship is set up, and you can see the filter goes from general to inside trading. So basically that means if you impose a filter on the general table, okay, this filter will transmit through this relationship to affect the insider trading table. For example, you only allow symbols started with letter A, okay, then this filter is going to transmit through this direction to affect the insider trading. So you only see stocks with start with letter A appear in this insider trading table because of this imposed filter transmission from this general table to the insider trading table. Okay, so now let's connect general with balance sheet as well. Again, drag this symbol to be overlapped with the symbol in the balance sheet. And again, here it confirms that we're connecting general with balance through this stock symbol columns in both table. And I'll click on save. Well, here comes the problem. It says there are ambiguous paths between insider trading and general. Okay, so what does this tell you? So let me explain. So as I told you, here is one connection between general and insider trading already. Okay, this relationship is already established, and the filter will go through this relationship. So from general, the filter will go from general to affect insider trading. Okay, if you allow another relationship between general and balance, okay, and let's assume the filter also goes from general to balance through this newly established relationship. Okay, so then the filter can go from general to balance, and also notice because balance is also connected with Bravo date, and this filter is a two-way direction. It can go either way. So the filter can also go from balance to Bravo date. And the Bravo date is also connected with insider trading, and this filter direction goes from Bravo date to insider trading. So basically, if you establish a relationship between general and balance, and if the filter goes from general to balance, this filter can keep going through this connection to Bravo date, and then through this connection to eventually reach
insider trading. So there will be two paths that can transmit a filter from general to insider trading. One path is this direct path. Okay, the filter can travel from general to insider trading. The second is a kind of indirect path, but still there's relationship already set up. So if you allow this relationship to set up as well, then the filter can go from general through balance, through Bravo date, and eventually gets to insider trading. So if you allow more than one paths that can transmit a filter from the general table to the insider trading table, then there will be a ambiguity issue. Okay, sometimes the filter will behave differently when they travel through two different paths. Okay, so if the behavior of these two transmissions are somehow different, then the system cannot work properly. Okay, so basically, Power BI will not allow this situation to happen. It will not allow a ambiguous path between two uh, tables to transmit filters. Okay, so filter can only travel between two tables through one path. If there's more than one path that allow a filter to travel between two tables, this is forbidden. This is not allowed. Okay, that's why you cannot here. There's an error message. Basically, you cannot. Power BI will not allow you to set up a relationship between general and the balance sheet, and the reason basically because Power BI does not allow the filter to travel in a different path to reach insider trading from general. Okay. However, you can uncheck this box. So if you uncheck this box and click on save, you will see there's gonna be a relationship between this. However, this connection is in a dotted line. It's not a solid line. That means this relationship, although potentially possible, is not being active. Okay, this is an inactive relationship. Okay, if this connection is inactive, then there's no way filter can travel through this and eventually gets to trade insider trading. Okay, this is not a effective connection basically. Okay, but it shows you a potential connection, although it's not active. Okay, so we can keep going. We can connect general with cash flow as well through the symbol dimension. Okay, again, general connected with cash flow through the symbol dimension. If you click on save, you get the same error message. Again, that's because the filter can go from general to inside trading in this relationship. Okay, if you allow general, if you allow a relationship between general and the cash flow, and the filter can travel from general to cash flow and then to Bravo date, and then eventually goes to insider trading, then there will be second path that can transmit a filter from general to insider trading. That again introduces a ambiguity issue. So this is not allowed. So but still you can uncheck and make this relationship inactive. Okay, you just want to see the existence of such a relationship, but it's not active. All right. So similarly, let's do the connection between general and the income statement. So symbol over symbol. Again, everything is same. If you again click save, ambiguity issue shows up, and there's going to be an error message. So make this relationship inactive and save. So you will see a potential connection, but this connection cannot be established. Okay. Lastly, between general and okay, the symbol is not showing up here, so I have to. Where's the symbol? Oh, symbol's here. Okay, symbol over symbol. Again, you probably already see this relationship cannot be set up because again, there's going to be an ambiguity issue. So you have to uncheck this box. All right. Let me just give one more explanation. This filter already allows this relationship already allows a filter to go from general to insider trading. If I allow another relationship between general and historical daily, then the filter can travel from general to historical daily and then keep going through this relationship to Bravo date, and then keep going on to affect insider trading. So the future can go through another route to affect insider trading, and that's going to introduce an ambiguity issue because this might introduce a conflict with this future transmission. Okay, so this path is not going to be allowed. So just uncheck this box and establish a inactive relationship between general and historical data. Okay, so I guess that covers all the kind of tricky parts about relationship setting up. Okay. Um, Lastly, I wanna change this a little bit. So currently we have this being a active relationship between general and the insider trading. Okay. However, insider trading is not a kind of a major kind of data table in this model. Okay. Our main interest is actually this stock trading information as well as some financial information. So insider trading is kind of a minor data set in this big model. So I'm going to actually make this relationship inactive. So I'm going to click, as I did, I right click on this relationship and this dialog box shows up and I'm going to make this relationship inactive. Okay. And once I make this relationship inactive, I can then activate this relationship. Okay. So let me right click on this and the properties, and I'm going to check this box and make this relationship active. All right. So now, well, the connection between general and the insider trading now only goes through this connection. Okay. Goes from general to historical data, then historical data to Bravo data, then from Bravo data to insider trading. This is the only path that can kind of transmit a filter from general to insider trading. Okay, this path is being deactivated. Okay, only when you deactivate this path, you can allow a different path to go through. All right. Now I have established the relationship between general and historical data, and I set up this as active relationship. Okay, and we already set up active relationship between the Bravo date table and the rest of the fact tables. So that finished this kind of data model. All right.